All right, so here's the activity for today. I'm recording it, so is the packet tracer configure initial router settings, okay? In this activity, you'll perform basic configurations. You will secure access to the CLI, the command line interface, and console for port using encrypted passwords. You will also configure messages for users logging into the router. These banners will warn unauthorized users that access is prohibited. Finally, you will verify it and save your running configuration. All right, so that's what we need to do. So we got the topology is a PC and a router. Okay, they need to be configured. So all right, let's start first by it says verify the default router configuration. So establish a console connection to R1. Choose the blue console cable from the available connections. So we're gonna go available connections right here. Blue cable right here. We click on the PC first. Make sure we use the RS-232. And then we click on the console. All right, so we establish a console connection to the router. The next thing says to go to click on the PCA desktop tab and just set it aside here. And then click on OK. You can see it's ready to start. So now click OK and press enter. So press enter. There it is. You're now able to configure the R1, the router 1. Enter the privilege mode and examine the current configuration. So I'm going to go enable. Or remember, we can use just EN for short. I'm there. I don't know because it shows the hashtag. And then it says you're able to configure. Okay. So now it says to notice the prompt change to a configuration to reflect privileged executable mode. Enter the show running configuration. So I'm going to enter that. I can actually just copy and paste. It makes it easier for me. So enter. And there it is. So now I'm going to answer these following questions. What is the router hostname? Right here. So I will put that answer right here. That's if I'm doing the answers, okay? And then the next thing, if you're doing the packet tracer, you just need to complete the packet tracer, nothing else. If you're not doing the packet tracer, but you want to answer the questions and submit the questions, then you do it this way, okay? And then the next thing says, how many fast Ethernet interfaces does a router have? Let's see. Oops, sorry, not there. So one next page, right here, we're right here. Sorry. So how many fast Ethernet interfaces has first? So let me just click right here. It shows 2 gigabits. And it shows 1, 2, 3 fast Ethernet. So it will be 3 fast Ethernets and 2 gigabits. How many serials? 1 and 2. So 2 serials. What is the range of values shown from VTY lines? That's our range values on VTY lines. I don't know what they're talking about. What is the range of values shown from VTY lines? It only shows one interface, 1 billion. It's all right here, 0 to 4. From 0 to 4. Display the current, okay, it says how many, 0 to 4. So it's 4. You just put 0 and 4, okay? And then the last thing, oops, sorry, I keep pressing the space in the wrong area. All right, so I'm done. And now with that showing that. Display the current contents on the NVRAM. So the next one is show the startup configuration. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And guess what? There is no startup configuration because we haven't set it up. So the question is, why does the router respond with the startup configuration is not present message? Why? Because we haven't configured it. That's the whole point of this exercise. All right, so now we're gonna go to part 2, and it says configure and verify the initial router configuration. All right, so first we're gonna be on the R1. We're already there. It says configure the host name. Remember, it doesn't have the commands anymore because they assume that you practice on the practice that we had before, the 2 exercises, and you already know how to do this. So what is the host name? So we just put, before we can do that, we need to go into the configuration mode. So it's configure terminal or conf T for short. I'm already there. How do I know? Because on the parentheses it shows configuration. All right, so the host name is host name, and it's gonna be R1. Okay, so the next step says configure let me in as a console password. All right, so we're gonna set up the console password first. So it's line console, that's a command, 0. Okay, we're in. Now the next thing is to set up the password. So we're gonna do password. Don't forget this case sensitive. Make no mistakes. Password, let me in. All together, let me in. Then configure secret as that. Oh, before I do this, I have to put login. Enter. And then exit it. Exit. There. Now I'm back to configuration. I exit the console because that's all I needed to do in the console. So the next thing is to set up the encrypted password secret. So I'm gonna go enable. Is to access the enable. That's why I'm setting it up. The second password, and then password. Let's call enable secret. And then the password is gonna be it's a secret. A secret. Okay. Enable secret. It's a secret. So enter. And then we're gonna encrypt the password. So how do you do that? We go service, password encryption. Password encryption. Once I press enter, it should be activated. There it is. Now it's activated. Configure the circuit and then encrypt all passwords. I did. Now configure a message, the banner of the day. And we're gonna type unauthorized access is strictly prohibited. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna put banner, MOTD, and then in hashtag, we're gonna put unauthorized. Access, exactly the way it's typed, okay? Is strictly prohibited. Period, and then hashtag. So there it is. And I see that my percentage is increasing. That's how I know that I'm doing it correctly. Now the next thing, it says verify the initial settings by viewing the configuration for R1. What command do you use to verify the initial settings? Oh no, verify the initial settings by viewing. Exit the command console session until you. What command do you use? I guess the show. Oh, let me exit first. Exit. And show running config. It shows the configuration. It shows now the passwords they're being activated. Now it says RN, what is it? Exit all current console sessions until you see the following message. Verify the initial setting on R1. Verify the initial setting by viewing the configuration for R1. What command do you use? Exit the current console session until you see the following message. Let's see. RN 0, const 0 is not available. All right. So I see the message now. Press enter to get started. Press enter. You should see the following message. Unauthorized is strictly prohibited. Unauthorized access is prohibited. Yeah, we see the message. It's strictly prohibited. User access verification. So password. Why should every router have a message of banner of the day, MOTD? Okay, answer the question because I don't know. Just try Google it. Google the question, okay? If you're not prompted for a password, what console line command did you forget to configure? The line console 0. But look at it, it's asking us for a password, so it is good. So what's the password for this? Is let me in. So we're in. Now, what should you, okay, we already said that. Now enter the passwords necessary to return to the executive mode. If you're prompted for a password, what console, okay, did you forget? If you're not prompted, okay, so we know that now. So now the next one is the next password is what? It's for enable, en, it's gonna ask us for a password. Remember, the second password is what? It's a secret. There it is, I'm in. It's a secret, is the second password. And I see the percentage at 86, so we're almost done. We just need to save it, I think. It says if you configure any more passwords on the router as they display in the configuration file as plain text or in encrypted, they're encrypted because we enable the service encryption. Password, the service password encryption service, so it's enabled. Now the last part of it is just to save the configuration. So here we go. Save, configure the initial save. If save the configuration to file to NVRAM. If you configure the initial settings, now back up the running configuration to file to NVRAM. Ensure that the changes made are not lost in the system, is rebooted or loses power. What command did you enter to save the configuration in NVRAM? This is the command. So it's copy, running config, space 2, and then you don't have to put 2. Just put the where it's gonna go. It's gonna go to startup. Enter is gonna ask you to actually what is it? Confirm it by pressing enter, and then there it is. So what was the command? And you write this command there. Copy running config, startup config. Just write the whole thing for that command. And then what is the shortest and ambiguous version of this command? I don't know, because they didn't show it, so I don't know. Look it up online. All right, and then the next one, which command displays the contents of NVRAM? Show startup config. Now look at it. If we go show startup config, which I should have here. No, I don't have it. So there it is. So it shows the configuration. Shows the password that I've been there. So it does work. So now we're ready to save it. And what is show flash? Let's see. Oh, that's the command to show flash. Now it says optional bonus. Save the starting. Okay, so what command do you have? Verify the check. Also click check results in the instruction window. All right, so we should have already 100%, which is already here. Yeah, I do have my 100%, so it's good. Now here's a bonus thing that you can do. Show flash command. Let's see the show flash command. System flash directory. Wow, that's the information. All right, it says how many files are currently stored in flash? But here it has 3. Yeah, 2 and 1 is 3. 3. Which files will guess is the iOS image? The bin. The 3 files has 3 files. Then the one that says bin. Right, so just write it down as C1900 universal case K9 hyphen MZ and SBA 151-4-M4.bin. That's actually the file. Okay, the number 3 is the one, the file, the iOS image. Say the startup configuration file to flash using the following command. Okay, so let's save it there. So we're gonna go copy. I haven't done this, so copy startup is to save it forever. Start up there to flash. In case something happens, you have the startup configuration. I'm gonna press enter. You're gonna ask me to verify. I'm gonna go enter. And let's see. Now when we run the show flash, it shows now 4 files because we added the startup configuration again. So we did good. Just did the bonus too. Pretty good. All right, so we're done. I'm gonna stop the video and then upload it, okay? So